Hello, welcome to my show. My name is Karynn. I haven't seen, nor heard, or have been producing my show for a few weeks, maybe a month or so. I thought it best to settle things down and relax, calm things down, and I was wanting to just stay quiet for a little while so that I could learn how to help you in all that you do. You want to keep everything positive. Keep it positive. And make sure everybody loves themselves, and in that case they can love one another or others. Love is a very powerful emotion. And I don't know about you, but love keeps me going. I want to talk to you a little about what's going on in the news and all. With the situation of financial ways, where I live, there's a lot more strip malls are going up, many apartments and houses. Quite a developing town, or now we could call it city. And I'm always thinking of ways for people to make money. Because that right now, that's what we live on and use to be able to afford what we need to have. For example, people who have own their own home, have property, just put it in a small building, like one of the trailers, but it's a house, and it's very small. Have the bedroom, kitchen, and dining room, and a living room. Enough, have it the size one person can live in it. Or you could even have so that a couple can live in there, two people. Seniors, elderly people, have that little trailer, that little housing, all flat. And not too big of rooms. So that people who already own a home could have this home built on their property, so that the homeowners could get some type of money coming in, extra money coming into their home. In our area, they're putting a lot of houses, a lot of apartment buildings. And this way, why not have a little house, small, almost looking like a trailer, but a little bit smaller, so that one person or even two people could live in it comfortably. And I'm thinking like seniors living there. There'd be no floors, all on one floor. And I suggest we do that, so that basic homeowners can have some land to build a house for those who are unfortunate or seniors. Even young people is fine too. I went to a store, and I was right near the entrance to the store. I was just passing by that area. A man came in, looking the other way, with a carriage in his hands. And I saw him coming, and I could see he wasn't looking in my direction. And I was right in front of him in the carriage. I just was moving out of the way of the carriage so it wouldn't hit me. And the man then stops and pulls back. And I said, "He didn't hit me, everything's fine." And I laughed. I said, "This is funny because I almost got run over by a carriage." And anyway, he didn't hit me. I was able to shuffle away. And he stopped dead in his tracks. And I said, "No problem." Everything's fine, and I left. I wasn't pushed over. I wasn't touched with the carriage. I knew this man wasn't watching where he was going, but most importantly, I didn't have to tell him. He already knew he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. So I just jokingly walked away, and then I overheard this man say, the man who was doing the carriage, he looked at another guy and says, I don't know, but I would have been angry and yelling at this person for almost hitting me with the carriage. Well, I figured he didn't hit me and he didn't cause me to fall over or get hurt or anything. I just was able to get out of the way, and I'm pretty happy I didn't get hit. So I smiled and laughed. This man says, I would have yelled at the person. And she laughs. He goes, she laughs about it. Well, anyway, that was that incident. And he walked out, and I went about my business. Another situation. Oh yeah, I want to add in, I walked away unscathed. So that was fine. Now, I went to another store, a grocery store. I'm sure all over the country they're having people developing to improve our lifestyle. So in the store, they have sections set up to buy groceries with a self-help, checkout, the checkout room. They have several people in there in the checkout area. You have about 6 or 7 people doing that, and one person overseeing that. In one store I went to, they had many sections of 6 or more self-cashiers, and they only had one woman actually doing the cashier. And they had another section for checking out, self-checkouts. So I went up and down the aisle a few times, because I found it odd. I looked upon it as, there's less work for people to do. Work is being taken away from another cashier. So I always went over to the cashier who did my grocery store and bagged it for me. There's only one lane for that. The rest were all self-checkout. So I walked. The woman who was watching the area in front of me came over. And I asked her, what is going on? Are you going to have eventually no one doing a cashier? It's going to be all self-checkout? And she says, yes. And I think, wow, they're losing jobs. They're losing jobs. People, that's a mistake, a way to think. That thinking is a mistake. Let me explain to you. At the self-check-in, there's about 6 people, and one person monitoring them all. So that means it takes away a job of 5 people. And eventually the whole cashier section is going to be self-checkouts. And it takes only one person to watch 6 people. So, you do it like that, it creates less jobs for people. Unless that one person monitors 6 self-checkouts in groups in the cashier area. First off, it gets us independent. It gets us to be able to do more things for ourselves, and that's a good thing. But pay attention to this. That one worker watching over 6 people, which you could have had 6 people doing the job. Well, if one person could do the job of 6 people, that means there's 6 people who don't have to work at a mundane job such as a cashier register. There are people being self-checkout. And I could do that. I know how to do that. Everyone's learning, taking time. We can accept this. But that means those people, they're not out of a job. We're setting it up so they could go out there and have fun. Enjoy themselves through the day. Be with family. Be with friends. Sit out in the sun in a chair. Enjoy yourself. We don't have to work. We don't have to work 40, 50 hours anymore. We'll have to work about 30 hours a week. And the next 10 times, you have fun. You laugh. Are we having fun without having to work a mundane job? I would rather have fun. Not to worry. There will be a way for you to receive money for that work that you do. We're going to get we're doing the work of one person's doing the work of 6 people, so that many more people could go out and spend the day with their family. What's wrong with that? Also, we have been doing changes with takeouts, not having any dine-in. You can have that, but also what's popular now is taking the food and taking it home and eating it. So there's less people out there have to cook. They could go out or at home, stay home and cook. I've noticed that happening in the past about a year now. Less and less people have to work. We could start having fun, enjoy our lives. One woman, waitress, does her extra job. She did a 40-hour work week. Then she had to get another job, part-time job, to pay for insurance. And like what I said in the past, that everyone's going to get their basic needs taken care of. This program needs some adjustment. As we go through it, we'll make adjustments to benefit the average human being. Everyone will have free medical care. Everyone will have food to eat. Everyone will have clothes to wear. Everyone will have a place to call home. Everyone will feel great about themselves and our country. Those are just a few proposals that will do for us, the American people. I have the ability to and the knowledge to make our country rise above new heights for all of us. I want our country to be more independent. I want us to lead all other countries. And we do that. We do that already, but I want it to continue. And that's about it. We will be paid by no longer the merit system, but a point system. The people who do capitalism enjoy this life because they know how to make money through the stocks, realty, things like that. So we're going to take care of America, all of us. I know President Trump had to step aside. He was enticing people, doing bad things. We can't have that. We don't want the people to go in an uproar. I want you to know, the followers of ex-President Trump, he did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. He had a lot of power, and we were worried about that. I was worried about that. With this plan, as we adjust it, will benefit all of us, especially the people that were rioting. It isn't just alone that ex-President Trump could do this. Others can do this as well. He had too much power, and he didn't respect that power. So, in our country, we will be more independent. Even though ex-President Trump is gone, but now we know how to build upon that and make this country the best country for all of us. All of us. I want us to be independent. I want us to come together, work together. No more hate. I want us, our country, to solve our own concerns. I want everyone comfortable in all aspects of life. I want people not to live in such a way they just exist. I want people to be fun-loving people, happy. Maybe ex-President Trump tried to do that, but other congressmen, other senators will come together and bring to fruition ex-President Trump had started. Anyway, that's for the show today. I wish you all a great night, and keep the faith. Keep praying so that our country will be the best of all other countries on this planet. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Love and be loved. I love you all. Amen.